If you saw last week's Mailbag Monday video, I ended up opening up about 20 to 25 folding postcards. Now, if you didn't see that video or unsure what a folding postcard is, they look like your typical postcard when you first look at them. When you flip them over in the back, the little flap opens up, and there's about anywhere from 6 to 8 different scenes of the subject matter at hand on the front. Now, instead of going through each one of those postcards during that Mailbag Monday, it would have made it a very lengthy video, and I'm trying to keep my videos under 15 minutes. So what I figured I was going to do is open up and go through each section of the postcards of the area they come through. And I'm trying to put out a video each day just to kind of knock it out. Let's just see what they were. Today's video is going to be on the New Orleans, Louisiana folding postcards. So I'm going to start off with what I think is the oldest one of the bunch. Now, it has a postmark on it, but it's very hard to read. It looks like it's 1944 and has a 2-cent postage stamp on it. On the back it shows the Huey P. Long Bridge that comes across the Mississippi River. Now this one's a little bit different in the way it opens up, because on the inside it has some of the history about New Orleans, which is kind of interesting. Now some of these postcards, or these views in this postcard, you can actually buy separate postcards of them. So sometimes they're unique to this postcard and sometimes they're not. So let's get into it. First off, there's the aerial view of New Orleans showing the bends in the Mississippi River. The Customs House in New Orleans, Louisiana. Then we have Mardi Gras in New Orleans. That is on Canal Street. The United States Post Office. A scenic spot in the heart of the business section of New Orleans, Louisiana. The new United States Federal Building. The skyline of New Orleans and Federal barge entering her berth. Unloading bananas from shipside. I've actually seen this postcard by itself. And the Municipal Auditorium. Let's flip on the other side. I gotta be careful with this one, it's starting to tear a little bit on me. We have Tulane University. This is the stadium at Tulane University. That's the Sugar Bowl. Loyola University. We have St. Charles Avenue. I don't know if there are palm trees down there anymore. I don't know. The Sea Lion Pool and Fountain at the Audubon Zoo. We have the Rose Gardens at the City Park. Southern Regional Laboratory. A bridge across Lake Pontchartrain. Doesn't look like that anymore. And administration building in New Orleans at the airport. And the next one here doesn't have a date on it. I'm going to guess probably 50s or 60s. Yeah, like I said, there's no postmark on this one. I don't believe that they were actually sent off. Now you can see this one does have a little bit of information on it, but not nearly as much as the other one did. Got the Bourbon Street. Al Hurt. I guess it's a nightclub. Get some hot dog vendors there on Bourbon Street. Crazy Shirley's little dance club looks like. Got a show bar. And don't look too hard. Now that is a little risque, but it is covered up. Looks like the Mason Bourbon Jazz Bar. Some more Bourbon Street. Bourbon Street at night. Pete Fountain Hotel. And last but not least, another view of the Pete Fountain Hotel. So this one's kind of mainly focused around Bourbon Street, as we can tell there. And the next one here says Greetings from New Orleans. No postmark on it. Looking at the cars, probably 50s, 60s, that area. Let's get into this one. I'm not getting. It has a little bit of the information about the town and what you're looking at. Not as much as the first one did, though. Another Mardi Gras. Pontalba Apartments. If I'm not mistaken, that was one of the first apartments in the United States. I got a postcard about that, if I'm not mistaken. And there's the Huey P. Long Bridge, a very scary bridge until they widened it. Back in the 80s, I guess it was. Jean Lafitte's blacksmith shop. That's supposed to be one of the oldest continuously operating bars in the United States, supposedly. It looks a whole lot different than that. They've, done some renovations and made it look a little bit nicer, I guess. Don't know what that is. The Cabildo. And some antebellum homes. And on the other side, the Court of Two Sisters. A lovely realtor courtyard. Antoni's restaurant. I'm not sure. I'm butchering these words, but it'll be all right. Look at the lace balconies. One of the interesting things about the city, those balconies, they got really nice cast iron railings and stuff. And the typical Creole architecture. Excuse me. Wow. As you can tell, each building has their own little set of railings that are unique to itself. And the next one is the New Orleans in the French Quarter. Pop it open. It has some more of the history there. If you want to pause and read it, go right ahead. Chartres Street. Spanish Courtyard. Royal and St. Peter's Streets. Got Pat O'Brien's at night. I like Pat O'Brien's. And St. Louis Cemetery. And there's those apartments again. Pretty famous apartments. See, they're showing them twice. There's St. Peter's Street in the French Quarter. Canal Street. One of the widest boulevards in the United States. Of course, we got the Superdome. Okay, this says 1971. So that dates this postcard folder to 1971 at least. We have Royal Street, which is blocked off. And then the world famous Cafe du Monde. I love them beignets. If you don't know, you can actually make those out of Bisquick. And last but not least, historic New Orleans. With Canal Street at night there. Let's see if there's any dates in this one. Now, if you notice, this one is a little bit different from the other ones, as it doesn't have the backing on it where the whole car opens up, so there's no history to it like the other ones did. There's an antebellum home there. Sorry for the glare. There's old Cafe du Monde. Can't park on the street now, or even over here. New Orleans Fairgrounds Racetrack. They actually do wiener dog races out there. I don't know if they still do or not. Mardi Gras King. Old St. Louis Cemetery. There's Pat O'Brien's Courtyard. The old Absinthe House. Never been to the Absinthe House. Don't plan on it either. I don't know. Mississippi River Excursion. You can actually still do river excursions. They have more historical looking boats now. I think that boat right there was actually a casino in Biloxi after this was done. Anyways, there's the Huey P. Long Bridge crossing the Mississippi River. Union Passenger Terminal for trains. Got the dock side, unloading the goods on the docks. St. Louis Cathedral and Jackson Memorial. And that's it. So that's the 5 folding postcards I got from that Mailbag Monday video, going back to the 1940s up into probably the 70s, 60s and 70s, and the other ones here. You kind of see a reoccurring theme with Bourbon Street, Cafe du Monde, French Quarter, that sort of thing. Pat O'Brien's, the Courtyard, the things that when people think of New Orleans, that's what you think of. So it's pretty interesting. There's a lot of New Orleans that not depicted in these postcards. There's a whole other side of town with the Garden District and all that stuff. That's a really nice area. Not very touristy, but there's lots of nice shops and stuff in there. New Orleans is pretty close to us. We don't go there as much as we used to. We used to go there probably once a month and just go hang out and eat and do this or do that. And it's not that friendly anymore, I guess you say. We just don't see it being, lack of a better term, safe. It's not very welcoming in some places. So, we try to go in there if we got to go do something or want to go see something. We go there, do what we got to do, get out of town. I hate to be like that, but it's just the way it is right now. So, as I digress, interesting little spread. You can kind of see how the times change, and actually the postcards change from being just pictures or drawings, paintings of stuff, all the way to actual photographs and things. But I thought that was kind of interesting. A little breakdown of the New Orleans folding postcards. If you got any comments or if you've ever been to these places or anything like that, let me know in the comments section below. And tomorrow we're going to take a look at another set of postcards from another part of the United States that I got. And hopefully I'll see you there. But anyways, I appreciate y'all watching. We'll see you next time.